Well, good day, my friends. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion. We are just outside of Chicago, Illinois, and today we are going to check out the famous Volo Museum. Daze with Jordan the Lion, and you all begins right now. I definitely remember this from last time. That is the guitar that Tommy the Gun Morrison, the boxer, once had, that his great uncle Marion Morrison, John Wayne, had. So it was a guitar gifted to John Wayne from Elvis and signed by Elvis. There you can see the autograph. It's an Epiphone, and right there it tells you, I guess Tommy the Gun was his character in Rocky V. He's actually says, "I am Tommy the Duke Morrison, WBO heavyweight champion. Whoever may receive this guitar, Elvis signed this guitar, personally owned by himself, to my great uncle John Wayne, real name Marion Morrison." And it was given to Tommy, it says, on January 2nd, 1989, his 20th birthday. So as we start in here, we have a gigantic Daffy Duck, but we also have a gigantic T800, and that was actually used in the movie Terminator 2. Screen used. This place is so big and they have so much stuff. I'm gonna try and basically pare it down to things that I'm interested in, like their wall of fame here. Famous customers like Pauly Shore, Adam Copeland, one of my favorite wrestlers, Brad Whitford from Aerosmith, Vanilla Ice, Billy Corgan, Joe Perry from Aerosmith, and even Michael Jordan. And it even shows what cars they had. Nice big history on George Barris here. Some of the different cars and auto shows he attended, people he met, things that he claimed to worked on, or, you know, we know he worked on that one. We know he did the Munsters cars and things like that, so cool stuff. Like, we could be in here all day just looking at all of these beautiful Corvettes. I mean, it's an entire warehouse full. 1969 Indianapolis 500 pace car. Actually, I think all of these cars are for sale also. Like I said, I'm kind of looking for well-known stuff today. Man, that is awesome. It's a 57 Bel Air, $150,000. A very cool jukebox, a wall jukebox. The jukebox that the Fonz kicks. Love it. The Seaberg M100G from Happy Days. How cool. How freaking cool. Hey. Here we've got a Mad Max car. Movie car. 75 Ford Interceptor. One of the most accurate Warrior Mad Max cars in existence, it says. So what that probably also means is not screen used. So definitely a very good remake of the car. I'm gonna assume that most of these are replicas unless it makes a big deal about saying otherwise. This is an Eleanor, the Mustang from Gone in 60 Seconds. It says it's one of the most famous Mustangs in the world now because of the movie. And it says that over time, when Gone in 60 Seconds was made, there were a total of 11 Eleanor GT500s built by Cinema Vehicle Service for the cult classic. It has since become the world's most famous Mustang. Most of the cars used in the movie were basic cars with 289 engines and automatic transmissions. This Eleanor is a big block 428 with a 4-speed transmission. Here we have the Transformers car. 1977 Chevy Camaro. It says referred to as Beater Bee. This version of Bumblebee was used in the first Transformers movie. It's the most unique and recognizable of Bumblebee's versions because of the distressed look and custom fade to the paint job. So there you can see all the rust and everything that the special effects department would have put on there, the art department. And it's also not saying it's screen used, so this is originally Bumblebee's was a yellow Volkswagen Bug, but was replaced with a Camaro for the movie because producers felt the car too closely resembled Herby the Love Bug.
There's a lot more.
I can see that. And then down here, Die Another Day, James Bond, with some weapons on the outside. 2001 Aston Martin Vanquish. This Aston Martin Vanquish is an imposter. Built as a stunt car for James Bond Die Another Day. It's actually a Jaguar. Many people do not realize the time of this movie, Ford owned both Aston Martin and Jaguar, which both share the same platform as a Mustang. For the movie, stunt versions were built using the Mustang and Jaguar chassis with fiberglass replica bodies. Huh. Little movie magic. Over here we've got Speed Racer, and that is just a beautiful car. I love that cartoon. Would love to own one of those or drive one. And also has the special effects down there. Very freaking cool. Very cool. It's a Mach 5 prototype, of course, because there wouldn't have been a real one, not an original. This is the first live version Mach 5 ever built. Prototype that would become the signature series. So that when they did the movie and TV show, they did have every intention of making a car for the public. It just took some time. And over here they have their Star Wars display. Chewbacca and all the usuals. Yoda, 2D2, C-3PO, and the land speeder, or a land speeder. It's a fictional anti-gravity craft that was driven by Luke Skywalker, built by John Steers, who fitted the body around the chassis of a three-wheeled Bond Bug automobile. One of the greatest challenges for the production crew was to disguise the wheels to create an illusion that it was floating. This was the first time that CGI was being used, and they literally used smoke and mirrors to achieve this goal underneath to make it look like it was floating. And there are cars for sale all throughout the inside of this showroom too. There's like 5 or 6 different showrooms. It's pretty harsh. Spanking his wife for not checking out store-tested fresh coffee. It says this is the car from Furious 7 with a dedication to Paul Walker back there on the wall. I did not see that movie, so I don't know the scene, but apparently, as you can see, it came down with a parachute. Subaru donated 6 brand new Subaru Imprezas to use as Paul Walker's car in Fast and Furious 7. Of the 6 cars donated, this is the only survivor. It was heavily damaged and riddled with bullet holes during filming, but was pieced back together for display at Universal Studios. There was only 200 actual miles on it. This was not CGI. They actually launched cars out of an airplane at 12,000 feet, the most over-the-top stunt ever performed by the franchise. And they purchased this car directly from Universal Studios. So it was Paul Walker's car from the movie. It just doesn't look like the way it did in the movie because they put it all back to the original state. Right in front of that car that we just saw is the 1968 Dodge Ice Charger from Fast and Furious 8. Screen-used stunt car was also riddled with bullet holes. Special effects team bore bullet holes to fill it with explosives and wire them together. Then they sealed and repainted the car. Remotely triggered for For the action scene, the car's bullet holes were covered with promotional, or covered for promotional touring, but you can still see some on the hood, it says. So see if we can see where their special effects would have went off. Oh yeah. This says this was used in Fast 5, 1963 Corvette Grand Sport, 1963 Chevy built a total of 5 race-ready Corvette Grand Sports. Today they're valued in 7 digits. For Fast 5 they needed a collection of high-speed cars for the train heist scene. For the movie, a total of 12 Corvettes were built, only 3 of them survived, and this is one of the survivors. Cool, now we're finding the original stuff from the movies. And we got another one over here. This is a 1970 Charger from Fast and the Furious. The actual screen use Charger Vin Diesel drove in the original movie, it says. The iconic car is the most sought after piece of Hollywood memorabilia from any Fast and the Furious movie to date. This Charger also quickly climbed up many lists of the most iconic car in movie history since its 2001 debut. Only 3 1970 Chargers were built for the film. 2 of the cars were stunt cars. One of the stunt cars was heavily damaged during the final rollover scene, and the other was restored and is in private hands. That means the Volo Museum is the only place in the world where you can see the only hero car that was used close up. That's cool. Very cool if you love those movies. Very popular franchise. Over here we have the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. Not the original. That's on the Sony lot in Los Angeles. But it says this was a touring car. It says sometimes in Hollywood things are not what they seem, including this Cadillac. It said it had a life in the movie business and was screen used before being converted into an Ecto 1 for exhibition. Nothing as it seems, because the difficult task of finding a proper 1959 Cadillac, very hard to do. So it doesn't actually say though what it was used in before they converted it over to an Ecto 1. Bummer. Looks good though. Even got Slimer up there. Says the museum acquired this directly from the transportation department and had it restored. Then down here, wow, that is maybe one of the creepiest Bill Murray figures I've ever seen in my life. Peter Venkman. I don't know about Peter Venkman right now. Looks like somebody from Love After Lockup. Not used in the movie, but definitely cool to see nonetheless. Now this, that is the animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles van come to life. I think they made this as a promotional for the movie and everything, but that is so cool to see. As a kid, I loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so seeing them bring that kind of stuff to life is very cool for me. Cowabunga, dude. Pizza power. Then over here, we have replica of the Blues Brothers mobile. Jake and Elwood's cop car. Hundreds of cars were destroyed during the making of this movie, I know that. Very cool. Pretty accurate. My friend makes replicas of these for people. I don't think this is his though. I think I asked him once before if this one was. Looks like it's signed by Barris though. You can see he's got George Barris' signature right there. You got some cigarettes in the back. Dan Aykroyd's signature right there. It says Dan Aykroyd, Elwood Blues. And the Clampett's car. This is also a reproduction. Oh, actually it says Beverly Hillbillies movie. This jalopy is the famous truck recognized from the Beverly Hillbillies full-length movie that was released in 1993. It was custom built to appear distressed and beat up. It says they acquired it from Backlot Studio Auctions. So that would have been the one that Jim Varney was in. Erica Liniak, Cloris Leachman, all those people. It says it's the... Doesn't say it's a replica, it says it's the one from the movie, but who knows, you know? Who knows? Pretty good movie, actually. Manny Moe and Jack statue from Pep Boys. And then over here we have the Terminator 3 car. We know I'm a Schwarzenegger fan, my birthday buddy. Share the same birthday and everything. Love all the movies that he's in, pretty much always. This was actually the hearse from the third movie. This hearse was driven by Arnold Schwarzenegger in the graveyard scene of his last hit. Well, this was saying at the time it was his last hit movie. Said just prior to becoming the governor of California, he made that movie. Features over 100 simulated bullet holes that were filled in with explosives and then painted over. It's kind of the story we're always hearing. But yeah, you can definitely see where they would have created those themselves. Charges were detonated to simulate the hearse being struck with machine gun fire. Now what's cool is I saw this last time we were here, but I'm not sure I noticed the last time we were here, which, I mean, that is cool that they were able to get something like this and all the bullet holes and everything, but I don't know if I noticed last time I was here that Schwarzenegger had signed it. Or no, oh, I guess it's Barris. Barris signed. Is there anything that Barris doesn't sign? Signed by George Barris. The monster hearse. We need to get Schwarzenegger in here to sign it then. I looked at that and I thought that was Arnold's signature at first. But that's not all. They got a figure of him. He's actually holding the casket from the movie. That's the one. With all the bolt holes and everything on it. Pretty cool. Rise of the Machines. Right before he became governor. Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Michael Andretti's race car. That is awesome. 1984 Cosworth. Very cool. You can even sit in it. That's nice of them. I'm more of a NASCAR fan myself. Very cool collection here. Inside this showroom, they have the Ford versus Ferrari stuff. I had friends that were in this movie, so this is cool. The station wagon. That was a good movie. When I was here the first time, I had not seen it, but I have since seen it. I loved it. There's the one from the movie. That is awesome. That is awesome. 3 cars from the movie. My friend Sean was in this movie. Sean Kerrigan. Hero car from the movie. I would imagine they use several cars for stunt cars, but Every one of these cars says this was the hero car from the movie. So I don't know if that means close-ups on the car or close-ups inside the windshield and stuff. So here we have a Knight Rider kit car signed by, you guessed it, George Barris. So there's the classic kit car. Those are always fun. The concept of kit was just amazing. And then of course, Back to the Future, a replica of the time machine from Back to the Future, the DeLorean. Does not say any information about the car, so we know it's going to be a replica. It's all right. Hoverboard from the second movie. Here's the family Truckster, like I mentioned. And I mentioned that Chevy had taken a photo at the front. There's his signature on it. Which a lot of people don't know. Chevy Chase, one of the few big name celebrities that actually signs his fan mail personally. He actually recently did a joke where he posted a stack of signed stuff and said, I want to thank all the people that helped me sign my mail today, as like a joke, as though people accused him of not signing it himself. Family Truckster, not the one from the movie, but a replica, of course. You go to pretty much any convention that Chevy Chase is a guest at, and they're gonna have one of these for photos. And Aunt Edna. And this is from Indiana Jones. The duck. The duck from Indiana Jones. And then over here, from Alien, you can see the aliens even kind of going crazy now. 1979 Nostromo Survey Buggy. I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, to be honest with you. The first Alien. It's been a long, long time since I've seen that. Greatest show on four wheels. Oh, we got a Johnny Cash tribute car. In the shape of a guitar. Johnny's name right there. You can see the F holes on the bottom of the guitar and the neck of the guitar. That is freaking cool. Look at that guy. J. Orberg. Tribute to Legends. One of two replica Daytonas. 1972 Ferrari Daytona Spider. Built for and screen used on the set of Miami Vice during the first 3 seasons. Really? Also the only real one to be on public display. The other cars in a private collection. Car is known as the Stunt Car Number 1 and was built from a 1976 Corvette. Wow! So that is an actual one from the filming, the early filming of the series. Pretty cool. And of course the car from Animal House. 1959 Corvette. Used by Tim Matheson. 1978 movie Animal House. It says the car was lost to the public for more than 40 years, but now we know most of its history. A man from Oregon bought it in 1975 as a gift for his wife. He was in the movie business, working on the set of Animal House when he rented the Corvette to the studio to serve as Otter's on-screen transportation. The studio paid him $400 for 4 weeks to use the car. After its silver screen debut, the car was parked in a shed, unloved for more than 4 decades. Wow. Volo Museum of Volo, Illinois, which is where we are now, recently bought the car. Unchanged from its appearance in the film, it still wore its prop license plate and narrow white wall tires. This is the only hero car from the movie. Up top they got a photo of Tim Matheson with the car back in the movie. And then they also have a photo of them rolling it out of the barn when Volo bought it. Replica of the Batmobile, Adam West, Burt Ward, made by, you know who, George Barris. If there's not a signature on this one, someone royally screwed up. But you know there is, so why even ask? George Barris looked like signed it right down here underneath Adam West. Adam West signed right there, and Barris right there. 1966 Batmobile. With all the bells and whistles. Still some really cool cars here for us to check out. Don't worry, we haven't seen it all yet. I mean, right past here is a car from Greece. '46 Ford. Says this was also lost to the public eye. It was in the hands of a collector, and it looks like it's been signed all along this thing by different people. Frenchie. Says this was actually used in Glee's episode where they parodied Grease. Now we go a little further down, we got the Munsters coach, or a Munsters coach, not the original, but that's one of my all-time favorite movie cars. And they have also Herman and Grandpa along, which is beautiful. Who doesn't love these two? Two of the greatest. And that car is just amazing. Like I said, one of my all-time favorite movie cars. If you go just a little bit further, they also have the Munsters Dragula Coffin Dragster. Supposedly put together by Grandpa, but that was also another Barris. Barris actually did both of these. George Barris at Barris Custom, which is now closed down. It says that there were 5 authentic Dragulas built. And this was car 5. And then of course we have a Christine. There is always a Christine when there's any proper movie car collection. Even if there's replicas, they gotta have a Christine. A lot of Christines used in the movie as well. Then this is one of my favorites. I remembered this. The Charlie Chaplin car. How freaking amazing is this thing? This kind of stuff, I mean, if only you could drive it as an everyday driver. Look at that thing. Isn't that cool? It's almost like something out of Roger Rabbit, it feels like. The design of it. Little Tramp tribute car. This might have been Barbie's, although it doesn't say. It just looks like it definitely could be. And this says this was one of Elvis's lost Cadillacs. Personal Cadillac ordered. And they even have a photo of the station wagon on the grounds of Graceland right in front of the house. 1974 special ordered custom coach built station wagon. Yeah, he had a weird thing. He loved station wagons. Says this one was taken delivery from Madison, Wisconsin Cadillac in 1974. Custom built, driven by Elvis, even with the TCB on the door. Pink top, pink hard top, tan interior. Very interesting. Probably would have gave it away anyway. Very well might have. 1974. And then I did mention that there was a photo of it right here. Right there in front. It was a Walt Disney World Barbie car. They used to have Barbie come and tour around, wave to people through here, with here. It says it was used at Epcot, and it's even displayed in kind of a Barbie exterior box, as though it were being bought in a store. It's kind of cool. Pink convertible. Whoa! Look at this thing. What do we have here? Wow. Oh. Oh. That is from The Mask 2. Signed by, looks like it's signed by Jamie Kennedy. Neat car. There's so much stuff on this property. I haven't even been able to show you just because of time, but you definitely, if you can make it out here, come out here. It's worth it. This is the actual Lifeboat from Captain Phillips, Tom Hanks movie. This big orange Norfolk, Alabama, like submarine. Well, it's a lifeboat, but I mean, has that look to it. There it is in the movie. There's Tom Hanks coming out of the back of it, which is exactly what they have open for us to take a look at. The exact one from the movie. And it says that they placed fake bullet holes, which you can see right up here. You can see the seating and everything in there. There's a Herbie fully loaded from the Lindsay Lohan Herbie movie. Holy smoke! That is a roller skate car. I love it. There's Tomater. I wasn't gonna really show them because I've shown so many of these in my life. There's a Minnie Mouse themed car. That's why I say you just gotta come check this place out for yourself. There's so much to see. Look at all the stuff she's hauling. She's got her whole life back there. Let's see what we got down here. Dizzy Lizzy! A George Barris made Cinderella car. He'd signed it, that's how I knew whose it was. And then look at this amazing Bugs Bunny, which I may have shown it before, or there's one at the Desert Museum in Orlando, I think, that might be similar to this one, kind of. Also very cool. I love these kind of things. You even get to ride with Bugs when you're riding it. SpongeBob SquarePants automobile. Boogie Woogie piano car. I love it. Oh, there's a Batman vehicle. From the Dark Knight, looks like. I think. Wow. The Moxy Truck selling beer, cigars, candy, and a big horse on it. One heck of a vehicle. One of the 1994 Flintstones cars built for the movie. And it says that they got it from Barris. And he even put like a little Flintstone style Barris Customs on there, which is kind of cool. That was of course the one with John Goodman, Rick Moranis, Rosie O'Donnell. And this I recognize from A Cat in the Hat, which is very cool. I love these big space age looking cars. They also have a Cat in the Hat costume that Michael Myers wore right there in the case. We could be here all day with Goofy hanging on top of us or over us like that, but we just don't have enough time to. Don't worry, I made a lot of videos here for you guys to see over the next couple of days. Oh, I was joking about that one being the Barbie car, but this one actually is. I think they said that this was used in the movie. As we're just about to wrap it up, I noticed that as we were going towards the turnstiles to leave, this is also a movie prop. Screen used train from the movie Unstoppable, starring Chris Pine and Denzel Washington. The trick is, it's not any bigger than just right here. Here's the train from Wild Wild West, starring Will Smith and Kevin Kline. Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed our vlog from the Volo. We will be back with more in the future. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great night and goodbye.